Let's jam.
DMCA.
Oh.
I'm not a big fan of like the whole trombone hero thing, but I gotta admit, seeing one of the the auto trombone do tank, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I get it now.
I understand. I'm suddenly a trombone believer. I
See
would.
there, what? See trombone here. That looks like a stupid game. So what modifies to play through the fire and flames with a trombone? I'm like, real shit.
Truly.
I know I saw the one-winged angel.
Yeah, that's now too.
Fucking trombone, one-winged angel.
I think I saw one-winged DK as well.
Oh god.
Oh.
Okay, I think that's it. Oh my god, the whole point of doing the fucking... I fucked it up, team.
It actually occurs to me that I've never played a Donkey Kong game aside from one time when my little brother was over and we were both having some whiskey and he was like, "What games do you got on that SNES Mini?" I'm like, "Oh, it's got like Super Mario RPG, Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country." And then we were both awful at it.
I have Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2 for the SNES. I found it at Rock 30. I'm like, holy.
Nice.
Which one do we have at Grandma's? Was it Donkey Kong Country 2?
Yep, where you
Yeah.
played as Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong.
Big Diddy and Dixie, yeah. I played the fuck out of that one, but this week's gonna be an interesting talk. Yes.
Indeed.
Indubitably.
Yes, indubitably.
Oh my god. Look at everybody coming in for the pre-roll chatter. Look at that. Everything went well and good. Went well. Good times were had by all. Yeah, it was a party. I had a good
My
time.
rough week was last week, so.
That means it's my turn to have a rough week this week.
Oh,
You
and
do.
And there's an end battle this week.
The charge, yeah, it's actually the spooky end battle. To be fair, charge
There's
don't.
nothing to scoff at.
I'm gonna have to use fire.
My God, I still don't have access to it.
Dun-dun-dun. And 2. Oh, holy! I don't know what that was. Probably that. What's it called? The pizza I ate. The Big New Yorker. The Big New Yorker.
The big Hugh Yorker.
The Big Hugh Yorker.
Yorker.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good bang for your buck as far as pizza goes. But pizza aside, ladies and gentlemen, it is now Pokeboomers Gen 5, Episode 5, Driftveil Danger, a.k.a. Ford Truck Month. I'm your host, one of your hosts, Hugh, with Take Shot Media, and I'm joined by Mr. Rimbert.
I'm sorry, everyone. I tried to stop Ford Truck Month.
You can't stop Ford Truck Month, baby! It's Ford Truck Month!
Let's go for Truck Month.
It's Ford Truck Month on Flat Fuck Friday. Holy.
The fucking combo.
The prophecy.
The prophecy is upon us. And Avail and Ironclad TTSM.
What's going on, Iron Chads?
Gentlemen, we have, I would say survived, but there was a, yeah, we're not going to get into spoilers. We have got through another week of the Pokeboomers Gen 5 series. We are 5 badges deep. A little over, I think we're over halfway now, technically, kind of, sort of. I don't know. It's always weird with the 9-week things, like,
Yeah.
where
and
the
some weeks
exact,
are-
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Some weeks are short, some weeks are long.
Yeah. I think this is about as close to the halfway point as I could call it and make an episode where we have a segue into our mid-season stuff. So, but yeah, how's your guys' Friday?
Good. Been relaxing after definitely nothing bad happening.
Definitely
yesterday.
nothing bad happened yesterday. What about you, Alan?
Mine's been pretty good. It's been pretty chill. Didn't have to do 4 separate streams for 1 week of Pokeboomers content, so I was really happy about that.
got her all done in 2 this week.
Got her in 2.
It was more like 1 and like some change, right? I feel like
It only took me like 2 minutes to do the actual gym fight.
I feel like you were chasing after that recipe pretty quickly.
I was. I needed Colonel Sanders' secret chicken recipe.
For those that don't know, Valen is playing I Love You, Colonel Sanders as well. Have you finished it yet or no?
I did. I beat it.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Was it everything you hoped for and more?
And then some.
Wow. Look at that. However, this is not a competitive Colonel Sanders I Love You podcast. This is a Pokemon Nuzlocke podcast.
Wait, hold on. You got me an idea.
Cook.
I don't know how you turn visual novels into a challenge mode, but I'm sure someone on the internet has done it already.
If not, we're trademarking it.
much like Pokeboomers, I could just steal the idea from somebody else. Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, repurpose the idea. Blastberg Radio. Those people that I got inspired by. Go give them some love. They're on all your major podcasters, but regardless, let's kick it over to our weekend Nuzlocke, starting with Valen. Valen, you jumbled the order last week, but now we're back in your starting position.
Everything has been restored. So I went to Route 6 and we met the champion of the region. We did a tag team battle with our rival Chirin. We crossed the bridge. We did our encounter, which was Herdier, which that would have been on the dupes, but I accidentally knocked out Lillipup on the first week. And then we did the ice storage, which that was just some ice puzzles here and there and trainers here and there. It wasn't too much. We cleared the gym and we went off stream to do some streaming. The rest of my team up to 31, and I left Lilligant at level 29. We fought the gym leader. I hit 2 quiver dances, and I Giga Drained his team to death, and leveled right up to 31 with Lilligant. And that was my week.
All according to Keikaku. Yes, much less dramatic than last week.
Yep.
That gym was almost like speedrunner hours, I swear.
Speedrun 80%, Lilligant assist.
I think I did Repu. That name sounds really familiar. Charles the Heartbreaker.
That's the motorcycle guy, right?
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't. Fuck that. That is like a run. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. That seems like a good way to kill some Pokemon by doing that.
I saw that in the guide and I was just like, you know what? I don't want to.
He's a Heartbreaker. Last name Heartbreaker. First name Charles. No, yeah, I skipped that. But, yeah, so like I said, less dramatic week, and then it did not all return according to normal because I actually finished second this week. For my weekend Nuzlocke, we kicked off the week by stomping our rival on Route 5. I have notes that there was a lot of trainers in a very tiny area, and one of them was a rocker, and he gave us a sick electric guitar that we can use for dress up if we ever decide to do dress up again. Spoiler alert, we're not. Then after an incredibly long amount of time to spawn the stupid duck, I caught the duck named Ball. After that, we went to cold storage and got Mincinio, and then I'm just going to make a quick asterisk here, otherwise I'll forget to talk about it. We didn't immediately trade it, but we did trade it for the big blue eye, the blue stripe basculin, and it's really good and really hyped, and I don't want to spoil Vimbers too much, but I think it might be a rigged trade. So if you have a really crappy Mincinio sitting in your PC, those that are following along, just get rid of it and get a basculin, because both Vim and I were really good. So
yep.
After that, we skirted over to what is that? Route 6? Yeah, Route 6, and we got Amoongus, and we named it Dionysus. It's really bad though, unfortunately, but the positive side means I don't have to farm another black sludge, so we got that going for us. Then I kind of took my break. We came back on Thursday, and then we cleared out the gym trainers. We opted out against hard mode this week. While I think it could have been done, I don't think it was worth the risk necessarily to do it. Like, Steel's such a powerful typing right now, and like it continues to be a good typing. It just gets less defensively good in the next generation. But I'm just like, you know what? That Excadrill's base attack scares me. We were kind of talking about it in like the DMs about it, and I was like, yeah, no. After some calculations, like there was almost a defeatist moment. Thought I was going to bring Archon in to just acrobatics 2 people, then just kind of good luck chuck the Excadrill, and I decided against it. And we just brought in our Lilligant, and I have a special note wrote down that says look at abilities and sweep. So we trained Lilligant up, and I'm kind of on the fence of how I want to do the gym. I don't know if I want to do throw with a swap to Basculin, or if I just want to like push Quiver Dance a few times and sweep through the gym. And I'm like, well, okay, well, like what's the worst that could happen, right? So we have a Person Berry on our Lilligant, and it takes the Swagger. And we actually coin flipped if we wanted to just Quiver Dance or Sleep Powder. The coin flip one for the Quiver Dance. And then it used Swagger on me, and then the game informed me that I have own Tempo on my Lilligant and not Chlorophyll. So I'm immune to confusion. Therefore, I pushed Quiver Dance. I think I had 4 stages up. And yeah, my brain just was convinced that I had Chlorophyll on it. And it is an ability that it could have. I'm not a total crazy person, but...
Mine has that.
Okay, see, that's where I was thinking. Because, yeah, so the Person Berry was totally unnecessary. We could have put a Miracle Seed on there, and we could have just partied on. But, yeah, we got through the gym, no problems. When you have... Quiver Dance also breaks the AI, right? So, despite... them having moves that are going to do more damage, like Slash or Crunch, they see the speed up and they want to bring your speed down with Bulldoze. So, and that's basically what they just tried to bulldoze me while I set up, and then I pushed Giga Drain 4 times, maybe. I don't know. It was very anticlimactic for the amount I sweated over it. So, yeah, that was my week. Really, I think all my encounters... Well, I lied. The trade salvaged it. All my encounters were really bad this week. Like, all of them had really bad IVs, and the Ducklet is just the Ducklet, like, whatever. But it was a big letdown with the cold storage when I didn't get the ice cream cone, because we later learned that if you're not playing during winter, you basically don't get another shot at an ice type besides that ice cream cone. So, not having the ice type is kind of lame, but oh well. We made it through all right. But yeah, that's all for me. Vimber, what do you got?
So, my week started out, I fought Sharon, had no problems. In the following double battle, 3 of his Mons fell over and died while we fought the preschoolers, which I should have taken as an omen, but didn't. I went onto the bridge and got the inevitable Ducklet, who was so much worse than I could have imagined. Just assume I'm about ready to restart the game if Ducklet ever goes on my team. I got into town, traded for the fish, who was really good, like you mentioned before. I had a red-striped Basculin, managed to get a Vanillite in the cold storage, or outside the cold storage, rather. And then I went on to Route 6 with the intention of like, alright, I know the last time I tried to get an Audino and put it on my duplicate list, I got an Emolga, but surely this time it will work. And then, while I was walking to the rustling grass, I ran into a Carablast, so that became my encounter instead.
Carablast hype, though, if you get Shelmet.
Yeah.
Together to make it evolve, but...
I'll have to see if that ends up happening.
Well, we have Impossible Evos on, so it should evolve. Because usually what you do is you have to trade them.
Yeah, you still need both of them with the Impossible Evos, though.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Because they still try and kind of like approximate it a little bit.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. I then went through cold storage. It was pretty clean, although the few ice types that were in there was served as like a reminder, like, hey, like 5 out of your 6 Pokemon are kind of weak to ice. And I thanked Arceus that Valen and Hugh didn't manage to get him in
Yeah,
the light.
that was 80% of my salt about not getting an ice cream cone. I'm like literally Vimbert's whole team is weak to ice. Like,
I want
Yeah.
the ice cream.
like it's 20%. There's a dragon gym in this game, but 80% of it was that your entire team is weak to ice. So
Yep. Yeah. That was where I ended my first stream, and then because my community once again came together and donated garlic coin, my channel points, to have me do my grinding on stream, I did a grinding stream that was fine and definitely didn't get unhinged. Then, due to like kind of some schedule things and other stuff, I actually did my gym battle last night after Hugh finished up. And my plan had been for me to do hard mode, but the more planning I did and kind of seeing Hugh's battle kind of tipped the scales for me, I was like, all right, I should probably just do this normal mode. So the trainers were no big deal. And then I went into Clay, I led with Dark Cloud, who proceeded to get swaggered and confused what felt like 15 times, as I kept swapping out because I had him with Eviolite. The Croc also crit my Emolga from like 100% down to like 9 HP, which was super cool. And after spending way too long, I was finally able to get one Leaf Tornado into the Croc that one-hit KO'd him. Clay then put out the Excadrill, and my Reflect had only been up one turn, which was good. That was kind of my plan, to help blunt some of those heavy attacks. Of course, wouldn't do anything against the crit, but just kind of had to pray. I sent out my Basculin, who was going to be my main attacker, who was then crit through Reflect by a move that wasn't Slash. I'd like it noted that I had at least 5 very, very poorly timed crits in this battle from the enemy. Only one of them was from Slash. Not that I'm bitter. So, after having my Basculin, Starter, Sigilith, and Whirlipede all die horribly, I got lucky and got off 2 stab acrobatics with Zodiac the Emolga to save the run. Then Palpitoad came out and kind of fell over dead. I was seeing red at that point. I legitimately don't remember how I dealt with the Palpitoad.
you hit acrobatics.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah, things weren't great.
Like you say it yourself, the Vimlux swings both ways.
It absolutely does. This was it swinging back the other way.
Which means you're due for a hit here later down the road.
Absolutely. Due for the biggest hit. I guess that just takes us into honoring the fallen. And
It's a good segue.
Yeah, it's just me. So you heard about how they all died. Excadrill. As far as losing them, some of it's copium, but some of these are not that bad. Of course, Dark Cloud, the Servine, my starter, that one hurt. I picked Servine because I felt I could very easily to get it to be quick and super defensive, dual screener, and just kind of sit there and Giga Drain and just be super tanky and be very annoying to kill, so losing it hurts. My Whirlipede Poison Needle never really got a whole lot of use. I kind of picked it up and mostly used it in PvP, and this week I was like, alright, you're gonna hit that 3rd stage. But it was mostly an EXP share soak in the fight, so it wasn't evolved. So it just kind of came out against the Excadrill and got trucked. Red-Eye the Basculin was a new member of the team, but was really good, and I knew the second that I, like, Hugh, you were in the chat saying too, and I came to the same conclusion where it was like, you gotta sacrifice the fish. I thought to myself, this week's gonna be really bad. And then White Mute the Sigilith. I was beyond hyped to catch it, and losing him stings almost as much as my starter. Because I love Psychic Flying. Xatu is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. And Sigilith just kind of seems like better Xatu, because you don't have to wait for an evolution. It's earlier in the game. Also can dual screen. So.
Sigil's a cool fucking Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's a cool Pokemon.
Particularly getting it in a Nuzlocke. That's not easy.
Yeah.
But alas.
But alas, we salute your fallen. Finding a shiny is 65 times more likely than what happened.
The pain.
But yeah, before we move on, we have our special season. We do a review in the mid-season, and we do a review at the end of the season. I think it's important to note, I will give my disclaimer. Reminder, this is from the perspective of the Pokeboomers Nuzlocke Challenge. And then a little bit about my thing. Personally, for me, I would not be playing Pokemon if it was for Nuzlocking. I think I have nothing against cozy gaming. There's nothing wrong with cozy gamers. There's nothing wrong with cozy gaming. I think regular Pokemon is cozy gaming, and I'm just at this point, like, there are other cozy games I can play if I want that, you know. And like outside of Nuzlocking, I find like climbing the ladder and Showdown, like when I was in that PU draft league, that was really interesting. But outside of Nuzlocking and that, like, I have very little interest in Pokemon. So that colors the mid-season review I'm gonna give. Also, a lesser reminder that I'm coming in to this analysis. I'm currently in first place by a decent margin. I've had 0 deaths. I've had 0 missed encounters, and I've only had 1 PvP loss, I think. And that's because Yato was too strong week 1 with the bite flinches. So I'm in a place where I'm playing really well Nuzlocke, right? So I don't have the I'm getting my ass kicked salt type stuff to color some of these perspectives. But let's start with the good. So the good stuff. The music is my favorite so far. Don't come at me, Trumpet Gang of Gen 3. The Team Plasma theme absolutely rips, and I haven't been in a town where the theme isn't at least good. Like, a lot of them are great, but I've never been in a town where I'll sit idle in the town or whatever. Like, when I'm watching another stream, I'm like, oh yeah, these are all bops. What's good number 2? Infinite use TMs. This is like literally tailored for our like challenge. You can swap out movesets for PvP without compromising stuff in PvE. It also removes the stress of, what do I use my Earthquake TM on PNG? Like, that was like the big struggle last Gen 4. Like, you only get one Earthquake TM, but there's like 8 different mons that you want to put Earthquake on. Well, guess what? You can put it on all of them, and that's really good. Good point number 3. Eviolite is probably one of my, if not my favorite held item, and its home is this generation, so they get props for that, coming up with Eviolite. Number 4, the set pieces are nice when taken in the context of the release time frame and like the current state of the Nintendo DS. Like, the bridge is cool going across it the first time. I'm not a huge fan of the city that it leads to. I think the circle city that's 3-dimensional is kind of clunky, but like the bridge going to it's really cool, and then like the other bridge is really, I like the bridges, I guess is what I'd say. But other than that, like, I like the aesthetic. And then my last good point is En's gimmick is really cool. I really like that he has Pokemon from the area that you fight him in. It kind of makes most of his fights like very interesting and different, and like that also surprises. You know, if you aren't looking at a guide, you're gonna be like, oh, like he had a Purloin in the first battle, not anymore, sucker. I got a whole new team, surprise. But I think that's a really cool, like, I guess gimmick is the word that I'm using for it, but like, it's cool. I like it. Ends fine. Then we move to the next section, the indifferent. So instead of just having a good and a bad, there's stuff that maybe I don't agree with, but I can see the reasoning why someone would like it. So I'm putting it in the indifferent category. Audino grinding. I personally hate it. Like, I have no idea why they changed it, experience from the way it was to the way it is now. And I'd rather, like, when I'm grinding my Pokemon, like, off stream, I'd rather be able to, like, watch something, like, watch another stream, or I'd watch something on Netflix or whatever. I don't want to look at wrestling grass. I hate that. That, like, drives me absolutely crazy. However, I see the appeal to it because once you're EV trained, you can just literally blast Audinos for, like, really quick gains and can kind of get it done fast. But for me, like, grinding is more like a zen thing that I like to kind of do, you know, and just, like, slowly genocide stuff and watch something on the other screen. And it's just, you just can't do that. You can. It's going to take you like 4 times the amount of time it takes you to do it in the other generations, but you can, I guess. But it's also, Audino grinding is really good for like on stream too. I will say that it's a good tool like for us when we're streaming, that if we need to go grind something up really quick, kill a couple Audinos and you're basically there. Indifferent point number 2, most of the Pokemon, I'm indifferent towards most of the Pokemon. There are a lot of homies, don't get me wrong, but I just don't care about like 80% of the mons. However, this is like I think the general statement from the Pokemon community, kind of as a whole, is this where like designs start to get worse, and I think people are being way too critical about that. Like it's really easy to flame the ice cream cone, but like realistically, to me, the ice cream cone isn't even that bad. Like I don't like. I expected a lot of. I expected a lot worse Mon design, I guess, because of how much people bitched about the Mon design in this generation. But they're not bad Mon designs. Like. Yeah, like it's not like something that is horrible. So like I said, there's nothing that I like super love that jumps out at me. Like Yamask is a homie. I like Yamask, and God, who was the other one? I really like Scraggy. I think those two are really cool Pokemon. But other than that, I'm just kind of like so indifferent on the Mons of this gen. Point number 3: the AI is getting there. I'm not singing its praises just yet because it still does go full Gen 1 sometimes, but I feel like the game is starting to perform better and the computer makes good decisions when it should make good decisions, like in gym battles, and there's a challenge there now instead of like, it was especially egregious last gen for like the Diamond and Pearl guys, like that AI, and it almost makes it harder. And certain times, like, knowing what the AI is going to do will help you at certain times, but then you can't bank on like like maybe they'll just fucking leer me 4 times, like, but I don't know. My last point for the indifferent is the gym leaders are just fine so far. Clay's a homie, I guess, for Truck Month, but other than that, like none of I've already forgotten the names of the first gym leaders, the whatever brothers, and Lenora. Lenora's the second one, and then Berg, but like I don't know, they're not very memorable to me, in my opinion.
Great point.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, like can you either of you tell me the names of the first gym leaders?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
The waiters. That's about
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, the waiters. All right, now everybody buckle up because it's time for the bad. All right, point number 1, and probably my biggest point, the evolution levels. What the fuck, Game Freak? If something has 3 forms, it needs to evolve into the middle stage before level 30. Like, we aren't going to even use the cool final forms of Mon within the level limit of the contest. We are finished with week 5, and Mons are just getting their second stage of Evos this week. This causes a huge problem in our contest because 1-stage Mons exist. My throw, Vim Sigilith, I wrote this before, sorry, RIP to the homie, are perfect examples of this. Because those 2 Pokemon are single stage, they just have a lot of stats and will wreck PvP just because they can stat check people. So it's like, oh hey, I caught something that theoretically counters my throw. However, oh wait, it doesn't evolve until its 30s, so throw can just stat check it. And like this is coming from the perspective of the guy with the throw, right? Like if you catch a really cool Pokemon in week 3, you only have 1 Eviolite, so hopefully you don't catch more of them because it doesn't evolve until week 7. Like week 7, the game's gonna pop off. Like week 7, we'll get like a ton of evolutions, like Yamask evolves, our starters evolve, Darumaka evolves. There's a shitload of evolutions 2 weeks from now, but that's week 7 of the competition. There's only 9 weeks, assuming no waves. But at the same time, like week 7 is horrible pacing. And like the game is not pace bad, the evolutions are pace bad, right? Like I don't mind the cap going up 4 levels every week. That's fine. It actually makes it quite a bit easier for us as hosts and people following along, that you don't have like these crazy jumps a week. But holy shit, like the choice to like gate evolutions, like second stage evolutions in the 30s is like absolutely criminal to me. And like we haven't seen the worst of it yet, right? We haven't seen like what's Bisharp's pre-evolution form, Bisharp, Braviary, the pseudo legendary. Like there's mons that we will get that we will not be able to see their final forms in the final play, the final week of this game. Okay, that was the big gnarly one. We got that one out of the way first. We ripped the Band-Aid off. Number 2 is huge L with berries. I know they were pushing Dreamworld and online shit. I have a parentheses, LOL, Nintendo Online. But just telling people without an internet connection to get fucked over something like berries, like that seems very strange to me. Like I'm okay with them gatekeeping like the Dream World abilities to push the selling thing, but I feel like berries are such like I feel like it's not a horrible thing to just put some freaking berry bushes. Like if you even had like 3 berry bushes that you could like plant, like just 3 plots of land, like I don't feel that's egregious. I feel like you could still do the Dream World thing that you want to do with berries. And it just forces you to go thief grind, which is lame. Point 3, can we please have a fishing rod? Why do we take away fishing rods? I don't understand like what Game Freak has against fishing rods, but can I please have a fishing rod? All right. Number 4, Seasons is a worse day and night cycle that is objectively bad, and it's worse than the day and night cycle because you can't just get around it by adjusting your schedule a little bit. I didn't catch an ice cream cone at cold storage, and that just means I get fucked for ice types, which is dumb. Like, I'm interested to hear arguments towards Seasons, but at the same time, like, you're gonna have to give me a pretty good thesis on why Seasons are a good mechanic, because I think they're like the evolution thing affects me more, so that's why I gave it more attention. But I think on paper, Seasons is worse than that. They want you to keep playing a long time, sure. They want you to like live in Pokemon like it's the MMO, sure. But in our challenge, it is just the hugest L. And then my last bad point, been a little long-winded. 3 rivals is excessive. I don't hate the character dynamics between the 3 rivals, but Gen 4 kind of did it better in my opinion, where Dawn or, God, is his name Lucas? The male character's name Lucas? Whatever one you don't pick, like they're still a part of the story, but they're not fighting you all the time. I would much rather it be just Sharon and N and call it good. I feel like 3 rivals is like unnecessary. Like you can throw like 1 rival battle against Bianca somewhere, but like the fact that like every couple routes like we were fighting our rivals is too much. And also what makes it worse is that Game Freak after a certain week they're like your rivals are irrelevant and their caps are below the gym caps. Like that's it's just bad. Like the worst part is like canonically Sharon is beating the same gyms as you are, right? So theoretically he should be a little closer to the level cap than 4 levels below it, right? Am I a crazy person?
He's just throwing all kinds of X items at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a dang cheater.
He's a speed runner. He has that X drill, X actually horn drill. But that's all my points. As far as my MVPs go, my personal MVP is Throw. I think it's kind of a no-brainer. I got it like I can't remember if it was week 2 or 3. Wherever week I got it, I suddenly just had an answer for everything because it's a big, huge, dumb stat stick, and it can hit really hard and take a bunch of damage. I'm really glad that the people playing Blackbird, I think it's only been playing Blackbird. I'm glad you didn't get Sock because Sock's way scarier than Throw, in my opinion. Sock just would punch holes in teams. And Valen, your MVP, I would say, is probably your starter. I think you've got a lot of good use out of your starter, and I think you've gotten incredibly lucky a few times with your starter in terms of PvE. Like, there's been a couple close calls, but Big Konashiki manages to get it done. It's a pretty good name, too. Vim, your starter, I think, is your Boldor, big lazy shell. I think you've applied it really well, and ever since you've got it, you've used it kind of to great success in PvE and PvP to a certain extent as well. And I think this week, like when you couldn't lean into that Boldor, we kind of saw like the effects of that, you know? It's a really good mon, it's a great Eviolite user, and you got a good like lazy shell too. So thankfully it's still alive, and I think it evolves sometime soon, maybe. I don't know, hopefully. But yeah, that's my takes. I can't think if I'm missing anything or not, but I got the long-winded part out.
There you go.
There we go.
Yep.
All right, Availing, you're next.
All right. So my good take on it. The music is amazing. I love the music this gen. There hasn't been a single time where I wanted to be, where even if I was grinding, I wouldn't mute it. I would just keep listening to the music of the game. They definitely knew what they were doing with the DS hardware with this one. They absolutely pushed its graphical capabilities, its sound capability to the max. There's some Pokemon that, like, after going back and, like, looking through the list of Pokemon, there's a lot of really good Pokemon and just staples in, like, competitive PvP, and I like the design of them. I like what they did with the, like, Electros, giving it Levitate and just making it an unholy monster. I like that. Love the designs. Love the abilities. I love that TMs are reusable. And the Eviolite is probably my favorite held item because I've had to use it for so long that I just grew to love it. And now, my bad section. No fishing rod till you beat the Elite Four. Last week, when I was trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with my team, like, oh, I could go fishing into some cities. And then I was like, wait a minute, I never found the fishing rod. Oh, I must have missed stuff like I always do in these Nuzlockes. And then I looked it up, it's like, yeah, they took out the good and old rod. You can only get the super rod after the Elite Four. I'm like, I did not realize how much I missed a fishing rod until I was told, no, I can't have it. Until I beat the game.
How do I catch Magikarp and get a Gyarados at level 20 without a fishing rod? Game Freak.
I know, right?
How do I get my town encounters without a fishing rod?
Trades.
Trades. Yeah. Number 2, I hate the leveling system in this game. Level scaling is... I do not enjoy level scaling. I understand why. It kind of makes sense because big, strong Pokemon beats up little Pokemon to get stronger. I get that. But the whole rustling grass, not a fan of it. Having baby Pokemon at the 5th gym, aka why does it take so long to get these Pokemon to their next stages? It's the 5th gym. I shouldn't have a baby Pokemon on my team. I should have at least a middle stage evolution. So I'm not like, okay, baby Pokemon, go fight the big bad Excadrill. Hope you don't die. I hate what they did with berries. Like, what was wrong with how we had it in Gen 4 or Gen 3 where we could just plant a berry, come back after a while, water the berries, or just grab the berries and plant more berries? Why do I need to thief berries? Why do I need to go out to a certain NPC with a certain type of Pokemon to get a berry every day?
I forgot about that shit.
Too many rivals. Why, at this point in the Pokemon series, did they add more rivals? Because, yeah, like River said, Gen 6, you have 4.
Gross.
Ugh. And I'll agree, that is awful. But this is Gen 4 started multiple rivals, but Gen 5 screamed it in your face. This is going to be the norm. And I do not like it, especially when one's super easy, one is equal, and then the other one's like, hey, you better know what the fuck you're doing or I'm killing your Pokemon. No game corner. I actually do miss having a game corner.
Oh my god, you're a crazy person.
What?
It just like some dead time where I could just sit there and just like, oh yeah, I just exploit this, get game corner tokens, get a TM. Whoop-de-doo. And also, my last bad point on this gen, no Safari Zone. In every other gen, we'd have a Safari Zone by this point. It actually makes me miss the Great Marsh.
Oh god.
And I hated the Great Marsh.
All right, I'll let you cook.
I was like, yeah, the Great Marsh wasn't great, but
despite
you
its
had
name,
a chance of getting extra Pokemon.
it's kind of a point that I miss too. There's not a lot of encounters, so when you get bad encounters, you feel it extra hard. But
The mid-marsh is right.
the mid marsh, yeah,
Good Marsh.
it's a good name for it. Yeah,
That's all my bad. It's just like,
All right.
what? Why did they take all this stuff away? Why are they adding this? Why are they changing this?
And then a little context for maybe new viewers or people that haven't seen us. So we actually get a shitload of
Why are we still
encounters.
here?
There it is.
Suffer. Every night, I can feel my leg.
Okay, I was like, fuck, how long does that go? I almost panicked there. Like, I clicked the 30-second one. I was like, oh god, but I got the 10-second one. So how we do Safari Zones is every area you get an encounter. So like the Great Marsh, you got like 4 or 5 encounters. Like the regular Safari Zone, you got 4 encounters. So it's a lot of encounters for us. So that's
Theoretical encounters.
theoretical
Yeah,
encounters.
but-
You could be like me and Vimbert last season and both get 2 out of the 5 potential ones. But
I think I only got 1.
I think I got 2.
I did get my homie Whooper with Water Absorb though, which was pretty poggers. All right, what about your MVPs?
My MVP would be Konoshiki the Pig Knight. Throwing an Eviolite on that just saved the day. Every single time we're like, it's gonna die. Wait, it has Eviolite, and just end up just right in the red. I'm like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, there's been more of those than I can count. Where I'm like,
Make
oh
a
god.
drinking game out of that.
Yeah, I was like, oh god.
Hugh, for your MVP, I'm gonna say Throw. That thing just gives me hell every single time I had to fight it. The only time I haven't had a problem was with my Darumaka, and he critical hit a fire punch on it and killed it.
It's true.
That is the only time I have never had a problem with it.
Swung for the fences.
Then for your MVP, it's Lazy Shell in my opinion. It just
Alright.
walls me out. It's sturdy. I think if I remember right, I had it on my team during the Elite Four the first time I ever played this game. It's because I was sitting there going, when the fuck does this thing evolve?
Surprise.
Surprise, I had no friends to trade it.
You can Eviolite in the Elite Four.
Oh god.
Alright, perfectly fair. I guess that leads us into my takes and my MVPs. So, I have the contrarian opinion here. That's right, this is Reverse Season 3. I'm the only one of the hosts having a good time. I love this gen. And I'm going to raise a lot of the same points. Some of the times I'm going to agree, in which case I'm just going to gloss over it. Sometimes I'm going to differ. First, and I didn't organize mine, so I'm just going to kind of wander from good to bad to indifferent. I love Audino grinding. I think it's very convenient. It's very quick. I don't mind having to pay a little more attention to the game because in my mind, it's like metal slime hunting in Dragon Quest, one of my favorite RPG series. It's just, you want one high-value target that gives you huge rewards versus just like taking the lawnmower and just killing every Pokemon in your path. That works for me. I don't know. Different strokes. I can see how it could bother people.
I'll say your stance is what moved my Audino grinding from the bad to the indifferent. So
I had an impact.
you had an impact.
Am I finally getting through? I'll rid this one. Okay. We don't need Metal Gear Rising. This is going to be a long stream. I've actually been enjoying this as a Nuzlocke experience because it's almost kind of like Gen 2 vibes. Like, the early game is kind of hell because you're very limited on resources and encounters, and you really have to work with what you have, and I think that is the essence of Nuzlocke. If you get choked with too many resources, too many encounters, the challenge kind of goes away. I haven't really felt the challenge go away, even though I've memed it a little bit here and there. I do like the attempt at story. It's not really going anywhere, but I like that they're trying, as opposed to, like, them basically not in past generations. And it's kind of fun. It's very obvious he's evil when he shows up, but whatever. As mentioned by my two friends, the music continues to slap. Pokemon's always going to have good music, but you know what else has good music? The Sonic series. I really like that there are no returning Pokemon until post-game. It forces you to use the new mons. You can't just fall back on like, okay, I fish up a Magikarp, level 20, I got my Gyarados, I know it's going to be a solid early game Pokemon. It's like, no, pay attention to the new mons. These are available, these are all you have, figure it out.
That's a fair point that I would like to retroactively add to my good section of the game.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Reusable TMs is a gift from God. I'm never going to be able to go back now. And I love how much less we're having to use HMs. Flash is basically not a thing anymore. We've had to use cut maybe twice. Rock Smash is no longer an HM. Thank God. That was the worst thing ever. So I've really been enjoying how much I haven't had to keep HM moves on my team, which has always been one of my biggest gripes in Pokemon. As noted, I kind of agree with there being too many rivals and too many rival fights. Bianca barely feels like a character. Like, why is she in the story? Maybe she does something more later, but she's just kind of vibing, and I'm like, could you just like exit stage left? It's fine.
It's like, oh my god, Bianca, shut up! We're trying to play Pokemon here.
Pretty much. Also agree that what they did to berries is terrible. I mean, it's good that they tried to like do more things with the hardware and like kind of innovate, but you know, Nintendo's a terrible company, so if you're going back to it, oops, it's awful. I also love how kind of like smooth and linear. Like I've been thinking about how quick I've been able to get through some of the sections. If I was playing this casually, I'd be able to like blast through a lot of the main campaign, and I think that's really nice. I also, on a personal note, I have a terrible sense of direction. I haven't gotten lost once yet. Thank you for that, Gen 5. I've not had to like bumble around caves for 8 years trying to figure out where I'm going, and I appreciate that. And however, on a final note, I do want to call out our obligatory normal flying early game evolution line. They did them dirty. I love my early game normal flyings, but Pit of, you're not good. You're not good, and it hurts my soul.
Hashtag big pecs.
Big pecs.
It's big pecs.
Big pecs.
But yeah, on the whole, this is on track to be my favorite generation of Pokemon I've played.
Holy.
We'll see if that changes.
Lofty praise. Oh, we didn't do the number thing, did we? No, we can.
No, I didn't. I feel like it's not really fair to nail down a number when we're still in the midst of it.
Yeah.
Personally,
I think we
Yeah.
did. We do it last gens? I think we.
I don't think we
whatever.
did until
no,
the end.
Never mind then. That's fine.
I could be misremembering.
That'll give a chance to improve its number.
There we go. Yeah, that's kind of the sum of my thoughts. I like it despite my recent run of bad luck. My MVP, I understand the lazy shell pick from YouTube, but I'm actually going to diverge. And my MVP was lazy shell when I thought we were doing these last week, but now there can be no answer other than Zodiac the Emolga, who's absolutely saved my run in that clay fight. That has earned her the MVP spot 1,000 times over. Lazy Shell has been great. Lazy Shell has not been that critical. Yet. He might still. Hugh, your MVP's throw. It's pretty yeah, you can't really debate that.
Yeah.
It's a giant stat stick. It was a huge problem. Part of the reason I was excited to get Sigilith is because I'm like, okay, this thing just hard counters throw. Kind of. And Avalon, I'm actually going to say your MVP for me is Samus. Because, you know, everybody complains about hustle, but you've pulled off some serious plays with that thing. And, you know, some of it's luck, but it keeps working for you.
It does, yes. That's kind of like my second pick was that just because it's like, oh god, I gotta use hustle. And there's only been like a few times where it just like missed, but other than that, I'm like, wow, Samus hits hard.
It did get you. It
Really
does get
does.
bonus points because it got you through the week where I definitely thought we were going to be delaying the podcast episode for a certain reason.
Yeah.
True.
Last week I was like, ooh man, the collaborative episode last week I was like, Big Samus, you gotta swing for the fences, buddy.
Take the shot, Samus.
Valen hands me the papers with his team list on it. I'm like, well, hopefully Samus can one-shot things.
Samus was like, bet.
Oh,
Okay, Dad.
okay, Dad. All right. After that long-winded session, let's move along to our follow-along messages. Vimber, why don't you kick it off with the first one?
Oh god, I just talked. So
I can go
have-
first if you want. Oh,
No, it's fine.
okay.
I have the update from River the Fluid, who is here in the chat. Bridge, Ducklet, Laura. Cold Storage Exterior, Vanillite, Cream. Route 6, skipped, and they noted here probably going to catch Audino or something. Fought Sharon and the two kids and won easily. Grinded some feathers and caught Ducklet on the big bridge, naming her Laura. Picked up the shell bell and other items like a heart scale and fought a heartbreaker, his name, Charles. And X-Death almost died. Freaking heck. I got Kara my Petalil to level 23 to force Vanillite to be my encounter. Well, it's honestly not very good. There's only 3 ice types in the whole game, so I'll take what I can get. I evolved Kara into Lilligant and stuck Vanillite on the team, then start grinding for the gym. It's a very short week. At the gym, Kara sets up Quiver Dance after Sleep Powder and kills the Croc, but misses 4 Sleep Powders in a row after injuring Excadrill, so I switch to Turk to kill it, then I finish off Palpitoad easily. That out of the way, I'm going to talk real quick about my thoughts on this gen. I made me nostalgic, but I still feel this game gets a bad rap. I want to be clear that I'm well aware of how shallow the game feels. This is one of the gens where post-game content is extremely plentiful, therefore the main game can feel lessened when played on a weekly one gym at a time format. It sucks how the later level evolutions means way weaker Pokemon early on, and it sucks. However, I feel like that's an unfair assessment when viewed from that one perspective. Gen 5 added a lot of quality of life improvements, infinite TMs, battles showing full teams before choosing who to send out, improvements to previously bad abilities, as well as pushing the DS to its limits with its visuals, and music shows a lot of genuine care that hasn't been felt in these recent released of half-finished messes. Say what you will about the pacing, encounters, and annoying evolutions, but at least they cared. You cannot deny that in my opinion. But people are allowed to like what they like and dislike what they dislike. I just wish people were more fair in their judgment sometimes, you know? Maybe I'm just nostalgia blind, but I feel strongly about this stuff.
All right, and then the complete opposite. We have an update from Inception 7. Update. Haven't wanted to play Pokemon this week at all. I got my encounters and called it good. I got a Vanillite, a duck, and a bug thing that turns into the night. Carablast is the one that turns into the night, right? I'm playing Hogwarts with my free time, and I just couldn't torture myself to play this Pokemon game. I'll be back next week. Mid-season report. This gen fucking sucks. Playing through the first 5 gems with baby Pokemon is rough. Some Pokemon are cool or have the potential to be cool, but you play with the baby form for so long that doesn't even really matter. I heard Excadrill is incredible, but you play with Drillbur so much that it kind of just sucks the excitement out of it. Every time I catch a Pokemon, it's like, damn, this will be cool in 3 weeks when I can use it. As far as positives, the TMs and music are good, but it's the worst Pokemon. Let's see. Well, 1 second. But it's the one of the worst Pokemon games I've. Okay, I was reading that right. Okay, it's one of the worst Pokemon games I've played. We did
This rage is just this was me all season 3.
Yeah, it's just inverse. This is like the inverse of season 3, where Vim was the detractor and everybody else was like, "We love Gen 3." The tables have turned.
Yes, they have.
No, you guys, both our follow-along viewers bring up excellent points that I see both sides of. So,
Mm-hmm.
And it is a shame that we never get to see post-game stuff on Pokeboomers. Closest we got was season 2, where for some reason we were like, we gotta fight Ed! Or Red. Why did I say Ed?
Ed from Ed and Eddie.
yeah, big Kanto. I don't know. Yeah. God. I think Kanto just spoiled us too with the level caps. I kind of brought up in the DMs earlier today or yesterday. I can't remember, but
It was today.
Yeah, level 5 gym cap in Kanto is 50. By the way,
Yeah.
you got your full sluggers. So even if they did have late evos, there'd still be a few that wouldn't have evolved yet. But yeah, I don't know.
Not many.
All right, I think with that we move to our PvP. The point totals going into PvP is myself at 245, Vimbert at 140, Avalen at 100. Our first match is myself versus Vimbert.
And if you haven't seen this before, this is where we use the magic of Pokemon Showdown to do battle with our actual teams. Are you not online here?
Nope, it would appear I am not.
Oh yeah, by the way, River, when I first played this game, I did walk into the house with Cynthia in it. And that's why my fear of Electros exists.
I see.
I cannot find my cheat.
Just walked in there like, why does that trader have an exclamation point overhead? Hello, I'm Cynthia. Oh, no.
All right, we in.
Alrighty. Just gotta wait for this load. We have Hugh Gaming rocking the Team Plasma outfit. And in the other corner, we have Vimbert rocking the Gentleman's outfit. Boys, let's do it. Fight. Drying Pan goes out for Vimbert, and Thor goes out for Hugh Gaming.
I don't like that. So far, off to a bad start.
A switch to Miss Alligator goes out. Return goes out, dealing 64% damage to Miss Alligator. Another return. Critical hit, 36%. Kind of rubbing a little salt in the wounds with that crit there, Thor.
Thor.
Gato, the Herdier, enters the battlefield. Volt switch, 39% damage.
Boy, I only thought about half this plan through.
I think you're gonna do fine.
Anubis, the Herdier, enters the battlefield. Return goes out, dealing critical hit, 93% damage. Imagine if it didn't have that attack drop. That would have been one dead Anubis. Thunder Wave, Paralysis goes out. Return goes out. Anubis goes down. Thor re-enters the battlefield. Spark. Rest. Chesto Resto. Yato is back to full health. Still has that attack set drop. Bolt switch, 39% damage. Throw enters, return, dealing 19% damage. 16% damage back due to that rocky helmet. Paralysis. Body slam. Zodiac. Electro Ball, 42% damage. Body slam goes out. Critical hit. One and done. Drying Pan, the Simipour comes out. Acrobatics, super effective, 32% damage, 15% damage back due to that rocky helmet. Storm Throw will deal 67% damage, causing Drying Pan to eat that citrus berry. Scald, 7%. Throw Kukulin goes down. Blue Eye. Take down, 43% damage. Drying Pan faints. Old Glory enters the battlefield. Crunch, dealing 36% damage. Rocky Helmet on Old Glory, dealing damage back. The burn goes off due to Scald on Blue Eye. Citrus Berry gets popped on Blue Eye. Another Crunch, 16%. Another 16% back at Blue Eye. Scald goes out, 22%. Blue Eye goes down.
Brine, actually, but...
Oh, Brine. My apologies. Lilith. The Lilligant. Aqua Jet resisted. Giga Drain. Super effective. 4 times weakness. Lazy Shell, the Boldor, enters the battlefield. Leech Seed goes out. Rock Slide goes out, dealing 37% damage. Giga Drain, super effective. Takes out Lazy Shell.
GG.
Oh no! GG.
Team this week did better than last week.
Somehow.
All right, me versus a violin. Oh god.
I got the challenge
Challenge
set.
is sent. We are in.
All right. We have a battle that's oddly thematic to the week we've had. Someone looking like a Team Plasma Grunt and Clay, the Miner King.
The hashtag Ford Truck Month.
Or
Hashtag
truck.
Ford Truck Month. They stare each other down, choosing what to lead with. Balin leads with Jill, the shiny male Audino. Hugh leads with Thor. This tried and true Zeb strike. Gentlemen, let's go to war. There's the spark. Jill takes a little damage. And there's the rocky helmet. Reflect goes up for Jill. Volt switch. Thor deals some damage on the way out. Who could it be? It's Captain Kidd, the Exadrill. As light screen goes up, Jill has that dual screen running.
I kind of hate that I told you about the dual screens.
Cammy the Lilligant comes out as Captain Kidd digs. Comes up, it's resisted. Cammy sets up one quiver dance. Giga Drain goes out, big damage to Captain Kidd, triggering that citrus berry. The return, decent damage through the screen, and Reflect falls off. There's the swap to Thor, who takes a hefty Giga Drain and goes down. Light screen also drops.
Problematic.
Anubis, the Herdier, comes out for Hugh. And takes a stun spore. Oh, Thunderwave. Both Pokemon now paralyzed. Cammy gets off another Quiver Dance. Anubis opts for a return. Gets some good damage in. Full pair on Cammy. Return goes
that was
out.
a big paraproc.
That
Was a
was.
huge. It is now 5v5. Jill's a little banged up. Anubis is paralyzed. And Jill comes back out. As Lilith comes out for Hugh, Jill sets up Reflect. And the quick swap to Konoshiki the Pig Knight, who gets Leech Seeded. Threatening an obvious move. There's the swap back to Anubis, apply that Intimidate. Takes a Flame Charge for a little bit of damage. Konoshiki gets that speed buff. Leech Seed ticks. Balin swaps to Duke the Scolipede, who takes a Thunder Wave and gets paralyzed. Quick Claw. Duke hits Pursuit. Anubis is staying in, however, and returns in for good damage despite the Reflect, which now drops. There's the Bug Bite. Critical hit on Anubis. Full para on that Doge. Another Bug Bite, and Anubis falls. Bit of a tempo swing back for Avalon. Captain Kidd comes back out for Hugh. There's the swap to Jill the Aldino once again, as Dig happens again. Dig for a little bit of damage on Jill. Hurt by the Rocky Helmet. Jill sets up Reflect. And Tip Tip, the Tortuga, comes in. Who wears that Rock Slide from Captain Kidd? There's a swap to Blue Eye the Basculin, who tanks that brine. Aquatail, a little bit of damage on Tip Tip. Crunch, about the same amount of damage on Blue Eye, but there's the defense drop. Reflect still up for another turn for Tip Top. letting him tank that Aqua Tail. Eat a citrus berry. Crunch,
Oh.
huge damage. Another defense drop. Blue Eye barely clinging to life despite that citrus berry. Tip Top shoots a shot with Aqua Jet, and that's enough. Lilith the Lilligant comes out for Hugh. Quick swap back to Jill, the ever-faithful Aldino, who gets leech-seeded. Lilith goes for a Quiver Dance. Jill sets up a light screen as that leech seed ticks. Duke the Scolipede comes out. Sleep Powder fails as Duke is already paralyzed. And then leech seeded. Super effective bug bite on Lilith. Leech seed helping to heal a little bit of that off for her. Captain Kidd comes back out. Who resists a bug bite. Leech seed continues to work. Duke ignoring that paralysis so far. Jill the Audino comes back out again. There's that Hone Claws from Captain Kidd as the screen drops. Rock Slide, 100%, or is it 100% accurate? More accurate in anyway, rate. But Jill doesn't flinch, sets up Reflect, another Rock Slide. Jill gets up Light Screen as well. Dual screens are active. Tip Tip the Tortuga comes out as Captain Kidd digs. Perhaps a Predict. Jill the Audino comes back out. Has enough to tank the dig and deal a little damage back in with a Rocky Helmet. Rock Slide, Secret Power. Captain Kidd's low. Drops that accuracy. Reflect drops. The quick swap back to Tip Tup as Rock Slide goes wide. And Light Screen falls. Lilith the Lilligant comes out, who resists that Aqua Jet. You down to just a few Mons, but they are fighting for dear life. Konishiki the Pig Knight comes out for a Valen. Leech Seed goes wide for Lilith. There's Kukulin the Throw, who eats a Flame Charge. Konishiki gets that speed up, but hurt by the Rocky Helmet. Konishiki works up, gets those buffs. Body Slam from Kukulin, big damage. I guess not super big. Significant, though. Konishiki gets off another Flame Charge for big damage and another speed buff. Rocky Helmet hurts. Storm Throw, critical hit, of course. Konishiki falls. Tip Tup comes back out. Hoping to follow it up, there's the Aqua Jet for a little more damage. Storm Throw, drops Tip Tup. Kukulin evening it up. Earning that unanimous MVP vote from us hosts. And there is Samus, the Darumaka. Ready for a hustle moment.
I needed to have a hustle moment. Nope.
Doesn't. Critical hit Fire Punch. We have been here before. Samus takes a little damage from Rocky Helmet. Captain Kidd comes out. Captain Kidd digs, so of course the Fire Punch must whiff. Quick swap to Jill the Audino, who manages to live through the dig, and the Rocky Helmet is enough to drop Captain Kidd. Due down to just Lilith at half health. And there's the Giga Drain for a little bit of healing as Jill falls. Samus the Darumaka comes out. Lands the Sleep Powder for Lilith. One Quiver Dance.
Oh.
Samus wakes up, Fire Punch, no hustle moment.
GG.
GG.
I regret telling you how to do the Audino thing.
I couldn't remember if screen stayed up if you did baton pass. I was like, does this work like this? I never actually used screens.
I don't think we can baton pass in Ubers. I think it's illegal,
Oh, really?
isn't
Huh.
it? It might not be. I don't know.
All right, challenge is sent.
Guess I'm not.
Oh gosh. Sorry, I'm slow. Nope.
It's fine. It's fine.
Watch it, user Vimbert. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are in for our final match of the night. Vimbert representing Pokemon Black version, and Valen representing Pokemon White version. There's exactly one similar Pokemon on each of these teams. Looking to claw back 15 more points in this competitive Nuzlocke challenge. Leading with Jill, the Audino, as Ms. Alligator. The Crookarook comes out for Vimbert. Swagga raises the attack by 2 stages. Ooh, ow, ooh, ouch. Not going to have any of it. Cammy comes out. Here's Zodiac, the Vim's MVP. The Molga resisted, still taking 30% damage. The little flying homie. It's Tip Tup. Electro Ball, super effective. That is not a critical hit, just kills it.
Yeah.
Thunderwave's going to paralyze Jill. Jill's going to separate Reflect. Electro Ball doing a big, beefy chunk of damage. However, the dual screens is now activated. And it's Samus. Only doing 28% damage to that Electro Ball. It's Lazy Shell. Fire Punch resisted. Still doing 23% damage and getting the burn. Big burn here. Gonna cut that physical attack in half. Gonna do some residual damage over time. Here's Konoshiki, the Pig Knight. Comes in on the rock slide. Barely doing any with that burn and reflect. Reflect, however, dropping this turn. It's Yato, the Herdier, coming out, dropping that attack by 1 stage, and we see the workup. Gonna make it flush. Thunderwave's gonna slow down Konoshiki. Rock Smash, super effective, 52% damage, and the defense drop. Gonna take a quick little nappy. Pop that Chesto Berry, wake back up. Here's the Flame Charge, doing 46% damage. Gonna raise that speed by 1 stage. Up 1 stage of special attack. 39, then the full para. Here's another return. Konoshiki taking licks, however, Yato goes down. Konoshiki looking pretty dinged up though at 26% HP and paralyzed. However, the special attack and speed is up by 1 stage. Zodiac, the Emolga, comes on out. It's Jill.
Probably.
Rocky Helmet's going to do a little chip damage onto Zodiac as the Acrobatics goes out. Electro Ball, critical hit, dropping Jill.
Yeah, I have nothing to outspeed that.
Powerful squirrel.
Samus comes out. Old Glory comes in on the Fire Punch resisted. Times, it's a lot of resist. Times 4, yeah.
Guess I'm dead.
Big Thrash going out for 31% damage. However, the Rocky Helm's gonna get her done. Scald fails because there is no target.
Ow.
Ow. Cammy comes out for a Valen. Still pretty threatening Pokemon. Here's Zodiac. Stugsworth goes wide. Thunderwave's going to paralyze Cammy. Giga Drain's going to find its mark for 24%. Going to bring it back up to 97%. Pop that Citrus Berry.
True
Acrobatics. Zodiac's paralyzed after doing a crazy amount of damage with Acrobatics. Full para. Synthesis.
Fuck. Okay, good, you killed me because I clicked the wrong button.
Oh. You're welcome.
Valen on the back foot, but not quite out yet as Duke comes out. That's Scolipede. Venoshock, critical hit, gets it done. Drying Pan. Fucking Curse Monkey comes on out.
Really is, though.
Bug Bite. Takes the Citrus Berry, gets scalded for 37%. Quick Claw comes out. Big Acrobatics drops it. The Poison Point, however.
Yeah, you win unless you just miss this attack here.
Feels unlikely.
Yeah.
And there goes the battle.
GG.
We have a rare week where everybody wins one, so that brings the score to myself at 260, Vimbert at 155, and Avalen at 115. Let's go to our outro.
Was it the beautiful, quiet
Oh God,
moments,
where's the sound coming
or the
from?
adrenaline-filled adventures? Mad
cheats
cheats
confirmed, but how did I beat him?
that made a simple trick.
How do you cheat so hard you lose?
Carefully.
Choo. Okay. Hugh cheats confirmed. I do. I just calc everything, you can tell.
My God.
My God. No, I've seen what it looks like when someone calcs everything in a Pokemon match, and it's about 30 minutes a match. So that's okay. Next week we go big hype encounter at the old Chargestone Cave. We got, I think, Chargestone Cave, Route 7, and the Celestial Tower, I think, for encounters. So 3 new encounters. Our level cap goes to 35. We get the Bolos TM from Clay finally. I could have really used that tonight when I was hitting the dig button, but
See also the Fly HM.
ooh, yes. I don't have to walk across the bridge anymore. It was cool the first 3 or 4 times, but now I fucking hate it. So and then our level cap, of course, goes to 35 question mark. It goes up by 4 every week.
Yep,
Yes,
35.
okay.
For every gym.
All right, we're going to give our host a quick break, and then we're going to kick it over to Pokeboomers After Dark, where I think we're just battling River tonight. So it'll be a little quicker than our usual After Dark, but we'll still get the battles in. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Oh God, we're back. Yes, it will
You
be.
sound a little unsure.
Yeah, I'm always wondering.
Question mark.
I have yet to memorize the cat screen transition and exactly what time the backdrop becomes familiar. Yes, HD will be Pokeboomers after Should Be Dark because yes, here where I'm at, it's a little. I think I have it the worst now that Avalen is a little further down south, but we should be in Mountain Time Zone, but we're not. Therefore, it's fucking Alaska time up here, and the sun will be out forever in a couple months.
Sounds awful.
Yeah. Actually, it makes up for us not seeing the sun for like months on end during the winter.
The eternal day.
We're trying to make up for the vitamin D deficiency that everybody that lives here suffers from.
Groudon comes out.
Groudon did nothing wrong, first and foremost.
He just
did.
wanted his land.
Especially the
All
con-
the water in Hoenn should be gone.
Especially in the context of Gen 3, Groudon did nothing wrong.
I love just the image of gas fish fuck your water. Just nah, bitch, fuck your land. And then Rayquaza just being the dad in the situation.
Children, stop.
Like,
very much.
okay, kids, stop fighting.
Oh my god, they do this every time. I swear to god, Plaza shows up. Hey, shut the
So
fuck
many-
up!
but dad.
You get your pick, River. Who you want to fight first?
Vim.
Okay.
Vimbert.
Oh yeah, we
you do it
got to hear
immediately.
from you through my voice on the main cast, but did you have anything to add?
You have an MVP. Your MVP.
I
Also.
like-
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is I, the frickin' champion of Gen 5. But I'm very aware that I'm nostalgia blind about this game because it was like literally my first gaming experience of all time. But I guess I'm just used to the weird quirks of Gen 5. I never really was aware of berries and stuff. I just kind of played how I wanted to. I always felt like the game was challenging. I always enjoyed whatever Pokemon I got. But like I'm very aware of the pacing issues just because of like how focused the game is on its post-game content. Because like literally half the map is blocked off to you until you beat the story, and you don't even become champion until you refight the Elite Four. So it feels like they really could have had a better balance between the two if they ever wanted to do something similar, which they might have. I don't know how much Gen 7 focuses on its post game, but it hasn't really been replicated like Gen 5.
Fair.
Fair.
That's all I have to say.
We all got biases for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I used to think
Valen and I have technically played through these games casually, but neither of us remembers like anything.
I'm slowly starting to piece together what my team was for the Elite Four. It was Samurott, Druddigon, and a Boldor. I don't remember the other three.
Good quick swap there.
Yep.
Swap to Zodiac.
I keep
Ted
losing
Cruz.
the first out.
Body Slam, 67%, popping that parry.
Didn't get the para though. It's not Gen 1.
Acrobatics.
I believe.
There's
Oh, come on with the crit.
Unnecessary, but funny nonetheless.
True.
I thought we were going to see a retaliate there.
What is
Thought about
paralysis?
it. Oh god.
Don't worry, he's dead.
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my actions.
Nah.
Hacker Man.
Now what? The
pretty
thing
good
that
now,
completely
what?
sweeps
Yeah?
your team.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yes, it does.
I will say you got rid of the problem that stops it from doing that. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was the idea.
Big BK coming at it with that 21 months. Thank you for the resub, my friend. We're still waiting for BK to finish his Gen 2 Nuzlocke.
Nilligans, kill me.
Oh, there's the burn. I guess now it's time to clean up.
That's
Yeah,
time to hit the Giga Drain button.
Yeah, not that it's actually.
I
going
think
to
this
do
this this
anything.
this is sufficient. I think.
He still has the
Are you
save file.
sure?
No, I think I could go for 3 more.
Jesus.
I'm only at half my max strength.
Yeah.
I am sorry for Throne being an absolute legend.
What was your Zubat's name, Pinnacle? He had some fucking great names.
I know mine was Bat.
Yeah.
Man. And
I had
no, it's
deer.
fair. I have a glaring weakness on this team.
Hey, you're alive. Maybe you
Those
can come back.
Curry.
Big comeback.
Quick claw moment.
Oh no! Oh, if you only used return.
He's going for that flinch. Just sitting outside
Yeah.
Whitney waiting for the impending doom from at some point. My brother in arms. At some point, it's been like a year and a half. You gotta go fight Whitney, man.
Totally. Anyway, GG River.
GG.
Lilligant, pretty good Pokemon.
Hugh.
Okay.
I will challenge. There you go.
Battle.
Yeah, that's really. I hadn't even realized how much grass is a problem for my team.
Grass and fighting.
Yeah, I
Huge
saw that
problems.
immediately, and I'm just like, I gotta get rid of that fucking Emolga.
Emoga.
I gotta get rid of that fucking mouse.
Squirrel.
Squirrel, flying squirrel, rat. It's based off Pikachu, so it's the same thing, really.
It's the mascot Pokemon. They're like
One
one of
you
the.
just play all the Pikachu clothes, just mascot Pokemon.
We need to make this one different. What do we do? Make it fly.
They're like one of these days we'll get one that lands.
What about the Dende? What should we make him do? Thick.
Fairy. It has the new type. Yes.
What was Gen
Sweepy.
7? I don't even remember.
It's the steel electric type.
Oh, I know. Oh god.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I can't put anything to sleep because of sleep claws now.
Correct.
Outstanding.
I got this.
Move. Whoa!
I love Quiver Dance.
Pretty cool.
Thor's just
Bye.
like, nah, I'm out. Uh-uh.
Fuck this.
Of course, the only thing that
Spider-Man
can kill a
pointing.
Lilligant.
A matchbox?
Also that.
Or a strong gust of wind. Are we doing this?
I do believe you're doing this.
Whoa.
It's time to be lame. I'm kidding.
I think it's over.
Or am I? Big Quiver Dance.
35% damn.
I got out quiver danced, it would appear.
You shouldn't try to out Quiver Dance a Quiver Dance user that already used Quiver Dance once. It just leads to bad times.
Sounds about right.
It seems I must charge my power.
Hughes Lilith, this is not Dragon Ball Z. You don't charge
Lilith.
power at this point.
Lilith, look out.
Speed run.
The victory lap.
Hey, that's exactly what I did to the gym leaders.
Maybe too.
I tried doing this to the gym leaders. It did not work.
mm.
They just
Holy-
Everyone wake up.
bulldoze
Of
on me.
course, Throw lives through that. Of course.
Yes. The fucking bulk, the meat on that man.
Realistically,
Ooh.
this is the play I should have did before, but I'm an idiot.
It's fine. I've done something similar in other weeks. Oh God.
Basculin, use Fire Fang.
At this
Basculin.
rate. Oh.
After glory.
It's the reverse
Oh, yeah.
sweep.
Got that rock head.
Cream.
Cash rules everything around me.
What if I did this? Funny.
Where's the money?
Well,
I wanted to show off this thing at least once.
it has made its contractually required appearance.
Do a flip.
Oh, a critical hit. What the hell?
How? At the right
GG.
moment too.
Challenge is set.
Oh, nice.
Efficiency.
Aw.
I'm in. Oh, I still have my cheer liner up though.
Big ice cream cone. It's
Ice
there for
cream
emotional
in a
support.
dream.
It's there for a mid-game snack.
It's fucking windy.
It's fucking Wimby here.
Fucking windy.
Duke.
He didn't have a berry.
Nope.
My brother in arms. You saw me.
my,
fight is-
my brother in Christ, you saw the Rocky helmet.
My
It's literally on his head
My
right
actual
there.
brother in blood. You saw the rock helmet.
Yes.
Miss.
I lived.
Did not kill.
Cammy
Did not
lived another
kill.
day and she's about to make it everyone's problem.
Specifically my problem.
No, it's dead.
Yes.
Stop that. Stop it.
How are you related to pixels? It's a good question.
Very
I'm sorry,
interesting
my
family
child.
tree.
I am sorry, my child.
My father
Come
was
on.
a PNG.
Hit your child. Do it.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
I don't know if you have the strength to do it.
I don't, but Throne does.
Understandable.
Get him, Tip Tip.
This will be interesting.
Keep
Nope.
it dip.
Tiny bit on the way out. That's fine.
So then
Anyways.
what are PNG tubers in this?
It's like,
thing we're
like in
building?
general.
Oh no, I meant like if their father was a PNG, how is a PNG tuber made?
We're looking way too hard into this.
This sounds like
I'm stuck on this now.
you don't have to be.
That's a good point.
you really don't have to be. It is very unnecessary.
After.
Oh god, I don't like this. I
Slash.
really don't like this. This might be the end.
And now, the end.
Wash away the anger.
Look to the east. It's burning red.
Stop quoting Gundam.
It's my personality trait.
No, I get it.
It's my entire
Better than The
personality.
Office.
Yeah, it's true.
Or Harry Potter.
I feel like there's like
Better
8
than-
other things that it could be worse than. G Gundam is pretty high on my list personally.
Yeah.
I can only quote G
Great.
Gundam.
It's the only Gundam that matters.
I could quote Gundam Battle Assault 2.
Gundam
I think
Battle Assault 2.
you win this one, honestly. I don't think I have anything that can counter that.
You gotta believe.
I remember liking Gundam.
I believe in the defense drop that I just experienced.
Oh, you went for the shell belt.
Yeah. Didn't help because, defense drop.
Right.
I'm surprised writing, quoting G Gundam isn't summoning Cap. It's the best Gundam.
This hand of mine is burning red.
And the thing,
I was actually
you
gonna-
named this big night.
I was actually
Yeah.
going to
Fitting the thing I named is the thing that beats me.
GG.
when I was looking for new sound clips, I was gonna do the East is Burning Red, but then I got lazy with stealing it from YouTube and clipping it into audio. So
The streamer struggle.
That's how it goes.
It is what it is.
all right, well,
Did
quick
we have
after dark.
anything from the original 6 this week?
No, I don't think.
No, I think he's still running it back.
All of my hate
Okay.
and all my sorrow. Pinnacle knows. BK. All All right, before we quote the entire
The entire speech.
the entirety of G Gundam. God, I should is G Gundam one of those animes where I'm like, I should rewatch this, and then I'm gonna rewatch it. I'm like, ooh, this isn't as good as I thought.
No,
I
it's like
rewatched
Zoid's
it.
New Century. It still holds up.
Okay.
I watched it with some friends in another server, and it was a very enjoyable experience. Much better than Reconquista that I had to sit through, and where the "I'm a genius, oh no" meme comes from, and that's the peak of the show, and then it does not get better.
See, G Gundam doesn't suffer. G Gundam is like a constant tournament arc, right? There's a fight every episode, whereas other Gundam series like Wing and like
There's downtime.
is like a lot of fucking talking. It's interesting politicking and all that stuff, but at the same time, I'm like, I just want to watch robots beat the piss out of each other.
I just want to see him scream in the sky, snap his fingers, and then the Gundam appears out of the wall.
Don't get me
Some
wrong.
surprisingly brilliant dubbing moments, like changing the song that calms Chibity down from like a song his mom sang to fucking America the Beautiful.
Literally,
Yeah.
America.
America the Beautiful calls me down. Me and Chibi have similar energy. All right, everybody. I just linked it in the chat, but they're my fellow rivals, Vimbert and Avalen. I will be starting my Gen 6. Week 6. I will not be starting my Gen 6 playthrough tomorrow. That's not a secret thing that's happening. I will be starting my Week 6 playthrough tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. After that, it's Avalen's turn to do his 1 and 2 on Sunday and Monday, followed by Vimbert on Tuesday and Wednesday. He just wants to get ahead in those points too. Fucking Gen 6 is a wild wasteland for me. So
I can't wait for you to see the 4 rivals.
the first time I get experience share all and everybody gets attack EVs, I'm gonna have a come apart though. You can like quote that here. I'm gonna be old man Hugh about that shit the entire time.
That is getting turned off the moment I get it.
I don't think you can turn it off.
No, you can. You can. It's a key item that you turn on and off.
Oh my god! Thank God. In Gen 8 you can't turn it off.
Yeah, you can't turn it off in the 2 recent gens.
Oh, gross. All right, but like I said, Avalen goes on Sunday and Monday, Vimbert Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I will finish my week on Thursday. Hopefully we'll all get some fun encounters. Hopefully we get a few evolutions, and I hope everybody has a great rest of your Friday night and have a good, safe weekend. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.